You guys know what it's gonna be, right? Whole lot of fun. How do I get them framed appropriately? Hi guys, it's Heather. So welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I own 3 different businesses, and to be quite honest, I do make well over 6 figures in a given year. The reason why I'm making this video, and let me preface by saying, no one asked for this video. No one asked for it. You guys probably don't really care about this video, but I want to tell you guys why you should care about this video and why it's so important that I wanted to share with you guys what I've learned through reading books. Again, guys, this is a video that no one asked for, but I wanted to share with you guys because a lot of you all have followed me on this YouTube journey, and you guys have followed me on my Etsy journey, how I went from zero to $250,000 on Etsy. On top of that, I own a YouTube business now, and guess how much I make through my YouTube business? Currently, I'm making over $3,000 per month, and that's my 3rd month on YouTube. There's certain habits and certain things I've learned through business and through the books that I have read. I literally attribute all that I have learned, all the habits I've implemented into my life on these books that I'm sharing with you guys in this video. These are the 7 top books that have led to my success, and I believe that can help you guys with success, with financial advice, and all that there is to go along with life. For me, the whole reason for striving for passive income and making money online was to eventually have financial freedom. And you guys should be too, because financial freedom is not just about money. It's about spending more time with your family, with your kids, with your friends, spending time doing things that you love rather than working a 9-to-5 and being bored and hating your life, having days where you're just so upset, where you're stressed, where you're tired, exhausted. You feel like you are in a toxic work environment maybe, or your whole life it just bleeds into because you are just so stressed. That's the point of financial freedom for me, is I didn't want to live a life being stressed out my whole life. I know what my why is, and that's why I wanted to share my books that I have personally read that have really changed my life, because I've implemented the steps that these books have taught me. I have suffered with a lot of mental health issues, and the thing is, you guys can get out of it and you can go forward and create high success. So that's why I want to share this video with you guys today, because I want to show you guys the books that literally have changed my life. It's shaped my life to what it is now, that I'm sitting in front of a camera giving this video on YouTube, and I'm getting monetized for it, and I'm making 3 different passive income streams as we speak right now. All I have to do is eat, sleep, and repeat technically to just make money. And you guys, that's why I'm making this YouTube channel, because I want to spread that abundance that I've seen in my life with you all. I'm just going to start from the top. This is the first book, and it is very tattered. It's gross. I'm not going to lie, it's not. I don't keep my books in good condition. I'll probably pass these books down to several generations, and it's already starting off rough. This book, it's called The 4-Hour Workweek, and it's written by Tim Ferriss. If you guys have not heard of Tim Ferriss, look him up, read one of his books. All of his books are incredible, and they go over so many different topics of life itself and how to create a life that you will love rather than just living the 9-to-5. You can work 4 hours a week. Tim Ferriss literally describes it in this book. You don't have to work the 9-to-5. You really don't. And he goes over so many good topics on how you can escape the 9-to-5, what type of things that you can implement into your daily life to have the habits for success, and how to build businesses that you can have a passive income with. This is a great book to start. Again, this is The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, and I'm going to link all of the books below. They will be my Amazon affiliate links. Again, you guys can search outside of my links if you would like. However, by supporting me, you guys click on those affiliate links. Again, guys, I'm always open and honest with you guys, but 4-Hour Workweek, hands down, one of my best books I have ever read. It was the most life-changing book I have ever read, and it really jump-started me into removing the money blocks I had in my head that I didn't realize I had. The second book that I wanted to tell you guys about is called The 12-Week Year, and this is by Brian P. Moran and Michael Lennington. I don't know if I mispronounced that guy's last name. is it Brian P. Moran? Or I just mispronounced his last name to moron, didn't I? I feel really bad about that. Anyways, so the 12-week year, guys, is such a great book. So if you own a business, this is a great book to read because it's about creating your business and setting goals in a 12-week allotment. This book is great for businesses or really anything. If you guys are looking to lose weight, if you're looking to save in a 12-week period, or if you're looking to grow your business and see the metrics that you need to have growth in your business, this book is just incredible because it goes over, rather than having a 365-day year, a 12-week year just allows you to really achieve your goals in a quicker time frame and make sure you're assessing your goals. A lot of people go into businesses and they think they know what their goals are. They think their team and coworkers know what their goals are, but they don't because no one talked about it. And it's all just in your head until you put it on paper. So this is a great book as well for all of you who own a business or are looking to start a business. This is a great starting place. So the next book that I wanted to go over is called The Lean Startup. The Lean Startup is by Eric Ries, and this book, to be quite honest, it was a harder read. The reason why it was a harder read is because I feel like he delved into topics that I already read in previous books. So by the time I read his book, I was kind of like, well, I kind of read this in another book, so I kind of just breezed through it real quick. However, it is very good and it does speak over the habits that you need to have when you are starting your own startup business, and that it's not all rainbows and butterflies when you're starting a business. It really isn't. A lot of people think businesses are so easy, and I know I make it seem like that on my YouTube account, and this book is specifically over tech startups, so I think that's why it took me a little bit longer to read than most of my other books, because I don't own a tech business. I own a print-on-demand Etsy business, but this was super interesting because Eric Ries, he was actually part of that IMVU software. If you guys ever played that when maybe you were younger, when I was growing up around the age of 13 to 14, I actually did have an IMVU account. IMVU was a application where you could create 3D avatars and talk to strangers on the internet. Basically, you could talk to your friends, but when I was 13 or 14, I just did it to talk to strangers on the internet, and I thought it was cool, but I really didn't use it too much. It was really interesting reading about Eric Ries and his startup with IMVU because he goes over in detail how it failed at first and then it eventually got better over time. So this is just a really great book to read about startups and learn what other people had done when they first made their first startup and all the difficulties they went through. So this was a really good book as well. The next book I cannot pronounce on my YouTube channel because I don't want this video to go down in the search. However, this is called Calm the F Down by Sarah Knight, and I have always struggled with anxiety, specifically generalized anxiety. If you guys know from any of my previous videos, I don't believe I really mentioned it as much, but I have struggled with generalized anxiety for most of my life. And this book is just really great for mental health for those of you guys struggling, especially with anxiety, depression, other things like that. It's just like on her title, it says how to control what you can and can't accept so you can stop freaking out and get on with your life. And I think I just love this book for that reason alone, that it really taught me, okay, these are things I can accept in my life, these are things I just have to deal with, and this is going to be a part of my life, and that's okay. That's the beauty of life. Some things you learn in your life and they make you better, and anxiety is one of them, and this book kind of taught me that throughout reading it. The next book is a book specifically going over finances that I thought was the best book to ever explain finances to me. There were certain things, to be quite honest, my parents never explained to me. They just showed me, they told me about, but I never really understood why they told me that. Like my dad would tell me, oh, you need to invest. But I would be like, okay, where do I invest? Why should I invest? And a lot of those questions are answered in this book. So it's called I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. This book was just incredible. It was a great basis, and especially if you're in your 20s, if you're in your 30s, really any age, definitely read this book because there's certain lessons that you need to know about with finances that you should basically be investing now. You should be investing for the long game. And I know a lot of people who are very into investing may disagree with that. However, I completely agree with what he's written in this book about investing. I personally do not touch my investment accounts. I put money in there and I just hold. And I'm gonna hold until I retire, basically, because the long game is better than the short game in investing. And he goes over why in this book. On top of that, he goes over how to save and how to purchase cars, why maybe you shouldn't buy a car in 2022 and maybe you should buy a used car. You don't need the newest car in the market. And there's so many finance tips in this that you guys should learn. It really taught me so much about finance, and I'm so happy I read this book. So again, guys, this is just a great book for finance, education. So the next book I wanted to share with you guys is called Instabrain by Sarah Weiss. And this book is just so incredible. And if you are struggling with social media or growing a social media account for your business, this book is just genius in explaining the differences between generations and the social media platforms you should be utilizing. So for example, she goes over Generation Z versus millennials. And the biggest difference between Generation Z and millennials is Generation Z has statistically been shown to have a shorter attention span than millennials. That goes with the boomer generation as well. Boomers have a longer attention span than millennials. So on top of that, as the years go by, there's more millennials into social media as there are Generation Z. That's one thing that you want to think about when you're creating your social media and what social media account you should be going into, because that's the one that works the best for the specific generation that is utilizing these applications right now. So one example I wanted to explain from this book is how popular TikTok is and why you should be going on TikTok right now. And one of the reasons why is because the people who are utilizing social media applications are going to TikTok, since you only need a short attention span to watch TikTok videos. A lot of the TikTok videos are 15 to 3 minutes in length in total. So if you aren't utilizing TikTok, you should be going forward rather than using Instagram or Facebook, because TikTok, again, is attracting most of the social media users now. Facebook is kind of dying down, and that's something to look into in the future of social media, and especially your business tying into social media. You don't have to stay on one social media platform. You could go to multiple other platforms, and there's certain generations that you should be advertising to for your specific product. And if your product resonates most with Gen Z and millennials, then you need to go on TikTok. However, if your product resonates the most with older generations, then you should be going to maybe Facebook instead. And that's something that I feel like a lot of us business owners need to think about when we are looking into our social media marketing. I can't stress enough how great Instabrain is for those of you who are trying to focus on social media marketing and growing your social media accounts with spending less and getting more organic traffic rather than spending a whole bunch on traffic for social media that just won't work for your product. The next book I wanted to go over with you all is called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, and this is a really great book. However, I will say there are habits I've learned through this book that I've implemented into my life, and there's other habits I don't necessarily think that you need in life to be successful. However, I will say that this book is very incredible. It is about jumpstarting your morning with a certain routine every single morning and implementing habits into your routine every single morning to basically lead your day to success. And this basically will create a successful day and a successful overall mentality every single day. I personally tried the Miracle Morning for, I'd say, a few mornings when I first read this book, and I will say that I did have a burst of energy and I had high positivity on the days I did a Miracle Morning. However, I will say that I don't do Miracle Mornings every day, and I've only implemented a few of the habits that Hal has introduced in this book specifically. So I think that you can kind of pick and choose what type of routines you want to implement into your mornings. However, for me personally, there was only a few that really stuck with me and helped me every day. The routines you can implement into your day go over working out, kind of moving around a little bit in the morning, meditating, doing a journal, all of that. There's other habits that you guys can implement that this book goes over for every single morning that you wake up. For me personally, I really like working out in the morning. I think that really helped me. And then meditating as well was another thing that I really love. On top of that, it mentions reading every day, and that's what I started implementing into my life, and it made me so much happier to read every morning, and on top of that, work out every morning. Those are two concepts that I really loved about this book, and everyone is different. There might be routines and habits that you want to do every day that really work for you. And I really love this book because it really does help you to see that taking out that time every morning or maybe every night really can improve your life and how you value your life, because over time you realize I'm taking out this specific time every single day for myself and self-development and self-improvement. And it truly does make you happier over time because you're taking that time out for yourself every single day. So that's what I really loved about this book, that it taught me that you need to take out time for yourself every single day, no matter how busy you are. And that's the most important lesson I learned from this book. And I really hope you guys read this book because I think you guys could learn those tactics and those routines yourselves and implement what you value most out of learning from this book. So the final and last book is probably the best book by far I have read besides the 4-Hour Workweek. The 4-Hour Workweek was great. However, this book just opened my eyes to basically everything that I do, all the success I have seen in the world. It all ties back to this book. This book is called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And if you have not read this book, if you have not picked up this book, buy this book, read this book fully, because this book tells you exactly the formula to success in anything that you do, whether that be weight loss, whether that be starting a business, maybe it's gaining muscle, maybe it's mental health improvement, becoming a better basketball player or ice skater. Really anything that you want to do in life, this book can lead you to the path of success in whatever you are looking to accomplish. I'm not going to spoil the book for you guys, but literally on the title you can see what it's about. The compound effect, in summary from what I read from it, is doing small acts of whatever you're trying to accomplish every single day, and eventually it will create a big change in whatever you are doing or want to do. One of the examples that I love that Darren Hardy wrote about is weight loss. When you are cutting 100 calories per day, you end up losing 700 calories per week. 700 times 4 is 2,800 calories, so you almost burn a whole pound off every single month, and within 52 weeks, you could lose 50 pounds throughout the year by just cutting 100 calories a day from your diet. So that's just one example of the compound effect. However, there's just so many other things that you guys can learn from this book alone, so many life lessons and habits you should be implementing into your life today, that I think the compound effect just really opened my eyes, and I was like, wow, this is so true, that small acts every single day can create such long-term success. With that being said, that's gonna be it for this video, you guys. Before you leave, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and I really love reading books. You guys know that from this video specifically, so please comment below what your favorite books were for self-development, and don't forget to like the video, and hopefully I will see you all in my next video.